Hello and welcome to the Jammin Jukebox radio show. I am your host, DJ Dawn, and we are coming to you at a special time today, a special day too. Normally we're not here on Sundays. Usually when we do our Jammin Jukebox show on Saturday nights or Indie Artist Showcase, we take Sundays off, just have some downtime. But today we wanted to do a special show at this time because we have a guest, an international guest, who is going to be with us, and we are actually trying to get her connected to us now. So it may take just a few moments, and while I am waiting to get her connected, I'm going to go ahead and play one of her songs, which I think is just a darling of a song. But before I do, let me give you a little bit of background on our guest. She is a rising star in the world of pop, jazz, and easy listening music. Her remakes of such famous standards as Dream a Little Dream and Pink's Glitter in the Air has gotten the attention of radio DJs and listeners worldwide. Her charming ethereal vocals offer a refreshing spin in the world of today's indie music, and we've been following each other on social media for a while now, and she has come out with some brand new music, and we are just so excited to have her with us today. Her name is Frankie Canale-Dow. She is based in the UK, so yes, we are trying to Skype her in today, and as soon as we get her to connect, we will go ahead and have her on the line and start talking with her about her career, her music, and just all the great things going on for her. But while I'm trying to get her connected, I'm going to go ahead and play her latest release, which is What Am I Gonna Do With My Love is the name of the song, which was written by her, and it's just a really neat song. I love it. So this is Frankie Canale-Dow with What Am I Gonna Do With My Love. Take a listen.
Is it really so hard to love me? Is it much more easy to hurt me? Was I falling in love too long? Too long, too long, too long. Like I really didn't matter at all. Away can you there like a picture, hung in my mind like a morning. Just lights flashing over your head. What's wrong, what's wrong, what's wrong? And I don't know, I said, hey now, what's going on in my head? I've reached out loud in bed, and I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I said, hey now, where we're going to, my love? I'm drained and enough is enough. Can't force you or make you love me, or make you want me. What am I gonna do with my love? The leaves are gone, never changing the weather. The scene's still the same in the morning. I'm cold here, lying alone. You're gone, you're gone, you're gone. Will you ever really hear at all? Dreams fall asleep as I wake up. A love's been a pop by the silence. My heart keeps yearning for more. Come home, come home, come home. I miss you so. I said, hey now, what's going on in my head? I'm freaked out, lying in bed, and I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I said, hey now, where we're going to, my love? I'm drained and enough is enough. Can't force you or make you love me, or make you want me. Was I a love thing, a plaything, a toy pushed aside and you couldn't decide if I was something or nothing? Your little bit of rough that you couldn't get enough, how you thrill me, then you kill me just by leaving. Now what am I gonna do with my love? She's locked in this love, wishing she could get out. I wanted her on the way up. Maybe catch her on the way, on the way, on the way. Now she's shining like a diamond. Even when things get dark, light a spark, cut the lock and get out. She shines like a diamond. Even when things get dark, you're in her sight. She found her mark, it's two-time love. You never talk to me lately. I don't wanna talk no more. Calling me baby, as coming through that door. She still shines like a diamond, even when things get dark. I can't keep my hands off of you. You can't keep your eyes off of him. You only love me when you leave me, only love me when you're leaving. I'm leaving you, you're asking it's a two-time love. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, and you're knocking at my door. I know I got you moan, like you never felt it before. She's locked in this love. Maybe found a way out, yeah. I like to think that I played my part. Maybe she did it herself. I can't keep my hands off of you. You can't keep your eyes off of him. You only love me when you leave me, only love me when you're leaving. I'm leaving you, you're asking it's a two-time love. I can't keep my hands off of you. You can't keep your hands off of him. You only love me when you leave me, only love me when you're leaving. I'm leaving you, you're asking it's a two-time love.
All right, you just heard from Cable Car, and I apologize. I was trying to get our guest connected to us, and I had my mic on mute a moment ago, so you guys couldn't hear a thing I was saying, and I do apologize. I had stuck it on mute because there was a lot of background noise on my end, and I didn't want that conveyed live on air. But anyway, we're back live, and we have Frankie on the line. I'm so excited. Hello, Frankie.
Hello, how are you doing?
I am great. How are you today?
I'm very well, thank you.
Well, I guess for you it's evening over there. It's still day here, but I am so excited that you could be with us today and to just talk about your music and your career, and it's just such an honor having you with us.
Oh, well, thanks very much for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. I really have to tell you right out of the gate that when you first sent me your music, it's been some months ago now, I was really blown away at your rendition of Dream a Little Dream. I was immediately very intrigued by your voice. I was very enchanted. I knew that you had immense talent, and I just have to ask you, have you always wanted to be a professional singer?
Yeah, it's always been a career aspiration of mine ever since I was little. Always loved singing. I started probably when I was at about year 6, so I was about 10 years old, and I've just started loving it from there, and I've just been singing and working my way up since I've been 10, so just working my way through, really.
Well, I'm so glad that you have decided to pursue this because you, like I said, you are very immensely talented. You need to be heard, and you have a lot to offer the music world for sure. Now, I'm sure, like most artists, you started out singing covers. And what kind of made you gravitate towards a song like "Dream a Little Dream"?
Well, Dream a Little Dream actually was one of my mum's favourite songs. My mum has always loved that song ever since she saw it in French Kiss the movie, and she's always loved it from there. So I wanted to do something for her. I absolutely love my parents and look up to them, especially they're role models to me, and them to absolutely love that song. So I wanted to give them something back and cover that song for them, so and show them how much I care about them. So I'll do that for them, a nice treat.
Oh, that is so sweet and so endearing, and I'm sure that your mom is very proud of you for doing that, and what a real treat for her to be able to hear you perform that. Now, when you do gigs, I mean, I understand that you're doing a lot of performing these days, and when you are out live performing, is that part of your set list?
Yes, it is. Yes, it's a usual one that comes up. I normally have like a set list of about 20 songs that I'll like repertoire through and things like that, and choose what ones are probably best for that gig at the time and things. But Dream a Little Dream is a very popular one for everyone, really. I think it's a pretty iconic song that everyone knows, really.
Yes, most definitely. Now, I want to talk to you about your career and the fact that you are doing a lot of performing these days. And how did that kind of all start to happen for you? And what's going on now as a result of the things that are happening for your career?
Yeah, well, I first started off in the National Youth Choir of Great Britain, so I started performing with them at a very young age. I performed in the Royal Albert Hall and cathedrals around the country with them, which was a brilliant experience. So that got me my confidence up. And also when I was younger, I used to do competitions as well. And then a couple of years ago, we moved down to the southwest in Plymouth in the UK. And really have just started building my way up through there. It's been a bit of a struggle, but we're getting there. Live music's becoming very popular within Plymouth now and across the southwest as well. So just working my way through, performing on radio stations and doing gigs at weddings and birthday parties and charity gigs as well, which people are absolutely loving. So working my way up through there, really.
But, you know, really, I think for most artists, especially those, you know, famous, like when I think about your part of the world, Adele comes to mind. I mean, you think at one point in time she was doing the exact same thing, and look at her now kind of thing, you know. I think all artists have to start somewhere. And you know, and I've been told over and over by indie artists that their best advice they ever received was, you know, if you aspire to do this, just sing. Just sing wherever you're allowed to sing. Do you find that to be true in your case?
Oh, definitely. The Southwest is full of musicians and very talented ones at that. So it's a bit of a hard competition between all of us, really, to get noticed and to get these gigs and things as well. But just to even perform in the street or at charity gigs and just get your name out there wherever you can is really the best way possible, the way to build yourself up.
Well, I couldn't agree with you more. And I want to tell you, from an American standpoint and being a radio DJ, I listen to a lot of music internationally, and I must tell you that some of the best music I've ever heard is coming out of the UK right now. You know, as good as our music can be here and as much versatility as we have, I love what you guys are doing over in the UK. It's just unsurpassed, and I love the fact that it's filtering into the U.S. market, and it's giving Americans something different to listen to, because often we don't get this much versatility anymore. Everything is so cookie-cutterish here, but you guys seem to stay very true to yourselves over there, and I love that. I really do.
It's very good. The music out around the UK is just absolutely brilliant, and the bands that are coming out and solo musicians as well are just absolutely fantastic. Yeah,
definitely. Now, I want to talk to you a little bit about your song. We featured it last night on our Indie Artist Showcase, but also we played it at the top of the show here. What Am I Going to Do With My Love? Talk a little bit about the inspiration behind the song and how this came about for you.
Well, it was actually written between two of us. So there was me and then a family member as well, which helped me write the song, because he's very musically talented as well and knew more about music at the time than I actually did. But we worked together, and we've both kind of experienced a lot of heartache through like relationships and also through family as well. And to put that from a relationship point of view that I went through a couple of years ago, I really struggled with this, and to put it into a song was just a kind of a release for me. It was just a great way to put my emotions across, really. And I could really put my emotions into the song as much as I wanted to, which I thought the public would really relate to as well. They can really see if they've had a bad relationship, they can really relate to that song and think, well, what am I going to do with my love? They can actually notice that's what's going to happen within their life. They can actually think there is a way to get better through it. Even though if you struggle through a relationship, you can get out of it and get back into your happy self, really. So it was just to look, and that's why it linked into with Happy as well. They were both really related to that relationship that I was in, but writing both them songs really inspired me to carry on with my singing and put myself forward and go for it harder, really. But it was a brilliant song. I absolutely loved them to bits.
Yeah, I agree. I loved when I totally got those messages when I heard both of those songs initially, and every one of us has experienced heartache of some sort in a relationship, and I think those are the feelings that we experience coming out of it. And what I loved about this song in particular was the fact that you provided a hope that, you know, there is hope, and there's kind of life on the other side of a relationship that goes wrong, so to speak, and that, you know, there is encouragement. And it was very empowering for me personally to listen to, as I'm sure many people who've heard it also had that takeaway. And was that really kind of the message that you were hoping to convey that listeners would get from it?
Yeah, it definitely was. It was putting my emotions across to them because I knew people could relate to it, and I wanted to show people that there is hope on the other side, really.
Mhm. Well, and you know, I've often said on this program that music is a universal language. It speaks to us no matter where we're from, what kind of situations we've been through. It is really a unifier in a way. And so how I may interpret a song may be completely different from how you interpret it. But the important thing is that music speaks to the soul like nothing else can. And that's why I think music is so important, and it is one of those things that even if everything else goes away, that's the one thing that's going to remain, because people need music. I could live without TV. I could not live without music, you know. So it's just so important to me. So talk a little bit about some of the things that you've got coming up that you are going to be working on, you know, be it the end of this year, towards the end of the year, or into the new year.
Yeah, well, I've got some gigs coming up. I'm doing some charity gigs with a Filipino charity in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to be doing that. And also I'm going to be going back into the recording studio. I've got a couple of new original tracks lined up, and I'll hopefully within the next new year I'm going to be releasing my first EP, hopefully within a couple of original, maybe 10 new tracks on there, hopefully to get all together. But so it's very exciting. I'm very nervous of how it's going to be received, but I'm very excited as well with that one.
Oh, I can tell you now that if the rest of your stuff is as good as what I've heard, it will be so well received, and you will get so much positive feedback. And I will tell you that when you get that completed, or even if you're, you know, releasing tracks one at a time or whatever, please send them our way so that we can be sure to help promote it. I'm a fan. I'm a Frankie fan, I have to tell you, because I love your music because it is so different from what you hear here in the States, and it's just different. And it's refreshing, and I love your voice on top of all that. So you sing, it's almost like you have a voice of an angel. It's just, you make it sound so easy, and it's almost effortless is how you convey it when you're performing a song. And I just, it's just a real gift. You can tell it's a gift you have, and I'm so glad that you're using it in this way.
Oh, thank you very much.
Now, I know you're going to be doing gigs, and you've got, you know, you're going to get back in the recording studio. Do you think, or do you foresee down the road at some point of doing some type of like a tour of sorts?
Oh, wow. Well, that would be incredible if I ever got the opportunity to do that. I don't even know. I hadn't even thought about that, really. It's always been a dream of mine to be a professional singer, just to be up there with like Adele and Pink and all those amazing artists out there as well. But to do a tour would be absolutely amazing. It's just got to keep trying, I suppose, and getting out onto the market as well. So keep getting my name recognised, and hopefully I'll get there one day. I'm still young, so I've still got a lot of time.
I have to chuckle because you are a professional singer, even though, you may not be at Adele's level yet. Notice I said yet. Just bear in mind that every Adele in the world and every Pink in the world that became who they are today started exactly where you are. And,
right.
And this business is very hard. It's very hard to get ahead in the business, but you really have, Frankie, I personally feel like you have this quality about you that a lot of artists don't possess because your voice is so different. And one of the things that I am told by record producers and record companies and managers is that, I hear this over and over again, is that they're always looking for someone that's different, someone that's unique. And it doesn't always have to be that style or that look, but a voice, And you definitely have something totally different and unique to bring to the music world that you just don't see. And that's why it's so refreshing for me as a radio DJ because, oftentimes we get fed a lot of the same kind of music and of the same style of music, and we are asked to play it. And I love when I can put something like what you have to offer in the mix to kind of shake things up and say, look, there is someone out there that is daring to be different and to bring something different to the whole music mainstream genre, to give listeners something completely different to get into. And I love that. So thank you for doing that and taking that risk.
Well, thank you very much for those comments. That was lovely.
Well, it is, I'm no expert by any stretch, but I've listened to music my entire life, and I know good music when I hear it. I know good vocalists. And I've said this many, many times. People in the indie music world, to me, run circles around those who are in mainstream music a lot of times. Because, there are so many things that when you're on a record label, you can go into a studio, and a record studio can make your voice sound any way it wants to. But indie artists are so true, and they're so genuine, and their voices are so real. You're getting the real deal. And that's why I love this market so much, and love artists like yourself. Well, I have every belief that we are just starting to hear what you are going to do, and I believe we're going to be hearing from you for a very, very long time to come. And of course, I have to always say this, and I'll say this to you personally, when you are the next Adele and we see you on the Grammys, I want you to kind of, when you're accepting a Grammy, I want you to give a shout out to me because I want to say, I knew her win kind of thing,
I definitely will. I'll definitely do that.
Well, I would love for you to get to the States at some point. I know, it may be a little while, but I would love, if you ever are able to make it to the States, I would love to know because I would love to come out and catch your live show.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I'll let you know. Well, hopefully I'll get there very shortly.
Oh, well, I can tell you I've interviewed a lot of indies, and it's amazing some of the indies that things are happening for them now, not by virtue of being on this program, but just following their careers as they're tracking along. And you very well are going to have the same success, I have no doubt. You're immensely talented. So I look forward to many more things coming down the pipes from you.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. And what will be the next release that we can expect from you?
Oh, hasn't got a name yet, which is pretty bad. We're kind of listening to the lyrics first and putting it together, but we haven't come up with a name for the title yet, but we're hopefully going to get there. But we'll hopefully have within the next couple of weeks fully formed songs, and then we can get it straight into the recording studio and recording them very shortly onto the EP that we're going to be doing.
Oh, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for your time. And, again, I apologize it took a little bit of time to get you connected to us, but I am so thankful you were able to. You are just a sheer joy to speak with, and I would love to have you back anytime you want to come on the program and talk about your career and what's going on in the world of Frankie in terms of your music and things. You're just a delight. So thank you so much for your time today.
Well, thank you very much for having me. It's been absolutely wonderful. I loved it.
Oh, same here. Well, take care, and God bless, and we look forward to speaking with you again in the very near future.
Thanks very much. You too.
All right. Have a great one.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. What a real sweetheart, Frankie Canale-Dow, and she is based in the Southwest in UK, and just a real joy. I so enjoyed speaking with her, and I tell you, if you've not heard her music, please go to our website and deejays.com. There is a little blurb about her with her picture, and also links to her Twitter and Facebook, but also a link to Reverb Nation where you can go and actually listen to some of her music, and you will understand very quickly upon listening to her, if you've never experienced her music, just what a charming voice she has, and just beautiful, and it's really effortless. I mean, I'm jealous. I wish I could sing like that. This is why I talk behind the mic instead of singing. You don't want me to sing. But anyway, but it's just been a real pleasure speaking with her today, and definitely look forward and am very excited for what she has coming out in 2014. So you will be sure to hear it here first whenever we get that from her. So again, we want to say a huge thank you to her for being our special guest today and taking some of her time out of her busy schedule to be with us. And thanks to all of you as well for being with us. And we actually are going to take the next couple of days off. We'll be back here on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, so we hope that you can join us at that time. And for those of you who tuned in for our Indie Artist Showcase last night, thank you so much for being there. We had a great show, and as always, it was a lot of fun. So thank you so very much. So with that, I am going to say goodbye, good day, good afternoon, wherever you may be in the world listening today. And hope that you will be back here again. If you're a first-time listener today, welcome aboard. We're so glad to have you with us. And if you're a loyal listener, we're always glad to have you here as well. So thank you, everyone, and God bless. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And in the U.S., we are celebrating Veterans Day tomorrow. So many, many thanks to the men and women out there who have given their lives to, for us, so that we may be a free country and laying your lives on the line every day so we can remain free. So with that, take care, everyone. Have a great afternoon and evening. Good night. God bless.
Thanks for listening to tonight's show. You can connect with Jammin' Jukebox Radio Show on Twitter at Jammin' Jukebox or on Facebook at Jammin' Jukebox Radio Show. Check out our website at deejays.com. Also, follow us on Blog Talk, where you will be always up to date on every episode as we add it. Each episode is available for immediate download upon the conclusion of each broadcast, and as always, on iTunes. Thank you for joining us.